Hi, this is Jerry, and I've got a question for you. Have you ever wondered if God hears your prayers, especially when life feels difficult? Welcome to Proverbs 15:29. This proverb teaches that God listens to the righteous and he distances himself from the wicked. The first part of this verse says, "The Lord is far from the wicked." Those who live in rebellion against God, they persist in sin and ignore his ways. They create a separation from God himself. God doesn't delight in sin. And when people continue in their wickedness, they experience the consequences of distancing themselves from God's guidance, his peace, and his blessings. But the second part says, "But he heareth the prayers of the righteous." Righteous people, those who seek God with integrity and they follow his commands, they have confidence in listening to God's desires and ways of life. Their prayers are not just words, they're expressions from the heart, and they really align right up with God's words and God's feelings. When life is difficult, the righteous can approach God with assurance, knowing that he hears and he cares. Now, this verse reminds us that our relationship with God affects our access to his guidance and to his blessing. The righteous draw near to God through obedience, through faith and prayer, while the wicked isolate themselves through sin and pride. I think God hears the prayers of the wicked, but he's far from them. We can benefit by listening and following this proverb. If we do, we develop confidence in prayer. We grow closer to God through righteous living. We experience his protection and his guidance. We understand the consequences of wickedness, and we cultivate a faithful and obedient heart. Now here, let me give you some wisdom on this verse. God distances himself from the wicked, but he listens to the prayers of the righteous. You see, your lifestyle really matters. God hears the prayers of all of those who walk in his ways. Let me give you this closing thought. Approach God in righteousness, and you can trust that your prayers will be heard and valued. Now, this verse is going to be on the screen. Read it out loud if you can. Have a great day.